Hey, yo, I remembered something. Then I forgot it. Be resilient. That's right. No, this page is positivity. You understand? There's three rules, three pillars. Number one is positive mental attitude. We need to be able to stay positive in all situations because everything is hypnosis. Now, I've been talking bad to myself for the past 4 or 5 years. Okay. Key is, if you cannot think positive about yourself or positive in every situation, you can't say it. You just can't speak it. That's the only key. Premonition? What does that word mean? You just can't say it, brother. You can think it all you desire. But what you think about has no choice but to come into fruition, whether it be good or bad. And frequencies, yada yada, people want to say is bullshit. That's what I think when I think about telling somebody that. Like, oh, it's just fucking vibrations. And then they're kind of like weirded out. But even Tesla said, if you think in the world in terms of vibrations and frequency, and I believe that, because God spoke and there was light. Your words are vibrations. Right? I remember watching Magic School Bus when I was homeschooled. You see the vibrations in the air, right? I need to go watch Magic School Bus, man. That's crazy, but I was thinking the other day about an ant colony, because I think they went out in nature and saw some damn ants or something. And this is my second time thinking about Magic School Bus. I know that's weird. That's crazy. But go watch that, man. Magic School Bus, and see the damn sound waves. What was I gonna say? Michael Scott? My whole life, all I watched was The Office, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, shit like that. And I would have it on repeat, non-stop. But ain't that everybody? Just damn watching all these TV shows. Whether it just be funny and nonsense, jokes, that's fun. But we're hypnotizing ourselves already with the social media. You have to set the tone for your day. That's why I need to get to work, because you have to eat the frog and do the most difficult thing first. Whatever's hardest for you. So apparently what's hardest for me is damn going to work. So I should be going at 5 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. It's just so funny because I'm thinking to myself, like, what the hell, brother? You choose to do this shit? You choose to do this, like, on the coldest day of the year, literally? You want to fucking get active now and go search for jobs? Like, motherfucker, you could have done this shit in the heat of the day, but you gonna wait till everything's frosted over? Ooh, cool, like, that's so wild. But doesn't that mean I should do it, like, even more? I put on my calendar at the start of the damn, at the start of the week, I said, okay, I want to go 5 days without smoking. Monday, start on Monday. And during those 5 days, I want to walk 5 miles. Five miles every day for 5 days, because I started to realize I need to get my wind up. Which makes me think about my breathing, because I was working in a spice factory and I liked the job. Afterwards, it was just the weirdest thing. It was a cold night, but you know what? I just had a bad experience. instead of walking straight back the way I said I was going to walk, because this was downtown, I hadn't been out in downtown in a minute too, so like I just didn't even think like, bro, like fucking get straight to the business, bro. Because my route would have took me directly downtown, which is really what I wanted. Like I want to go by the office buildings and shit. But I can't lie. When work ended, I was under the influence when I left. So it's 3:30 in the morning, 3:40, and I'm out here walking downtown in the middle of the fucking night. So like what? I even thought on the way there, because took the bus down there, and I knew it was all a sign, bro. Because when I got off, I told myself, walk. Don't wait for the transfer, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think I already transferred once, and I hate transferring 2 times, bro. So I told myself, bro, don't wait for this fucking bus. Walk that motherfucker. Ain't you a motherfucker that walks? Like how much? Like you have 45 minutes to get there, and I knew with my capabilities, I can fucking make it. I don't know. It was like 2 blocks away, 3 blocks. Like it wasn't even far, and it pissed me off because I waited for the bus. I had the bench all to myself, and then I was like, oh, I have so much time. I was like, maybe I'll walk it. Maybe I'll walk it. So I start walking, and then I see a fucking school, kids getting released, and I was like, oh shit, it's busy and the fucking sidewalk's crowded. I don't want to go. But my first reaction was, bro, this is downtown. Just go a street over, keep walking, and then go a street back. Avoid the crowd. Then my second thought was, oh, just cross the street. Oh, but then everyone's gonna look at me. Crazy shit like that, right? So I go around to the other street like I originally said. But then I looked down, didn't fucking walk that way. I was like, like thinking, oh, maybe I wouldn't make it in time if I walk. The fuck? Bruh. Maybe because it was someplace I was unfamiliar, because like around this neighborhood or going north, I'll be like, oh shit, I'll just walk it, you know? But when I was downtown, I was like, oh shit, I don't know. So I walked back to the fucking bus stop, and now there's people there, and I'm like, well shit. So I just stand next to it. I had a spot to sit, but not no more, right? And as I'm standing there, I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna walk anyway. Now I'm at like 35 minutes. And then I start walking, and I'm like, I'm in the parking lot, and I'm like, I don't know. It's 35 minutes. I don't know if I can make it now. It's like, bro, you know, I've been walking since middle school, like miles, 3 miles minimum, like, bro. Just I've been more of like endurance and long distance my whole life. Not really, you know, like even in basketball, it takes me a while to warm up, and people will be like, come on, come on. But by like third quarter, Jets is running, and don't slow me down, like, because once you get me to stop or take a break, then I'm out, and I gotta start all over again, you know. But anyway, that's just interesting. But fucking sit. I'm like, I don't know. But see, I was looking at the Transit app, and so I was looking at this map, basically just there for the bus routes. When usually I would go on like Google Maps, and then I would just get directions, see how far it is, and then just know, oh, it's only X amount of miles. Oh, I can fucking hit that shit easy. Let's fucking knock it, you know? So I'm fucking using this Transit app instead of Google Maps, and reflecting back, I was like, damn, I don't know why I didn't do that. But I was like using the fucking bus map to damn find my way in direction and shit, which usually I would use Google Maps. Anyway, I like maps, man. Boy Scouts, that was kind of cool. We went to Philmont, walked 75 miles in a span of like a week or some shit. I think we were there for 2 weeks though. But one of the things is we had to go like across this mountain and shit. And I remember like they gave the popular kid. Actually, I went to that kid in middle school too. That was crazy because we were like, "Oh, I'm going to your school, bro." You know, and we had been in Cub Scouts together. Now we're in Boy Scouts together, and I quit, by the way, because my so-called friends, who I thought were hilarious, they were the like funniest dudes because I'm just laughing the whole time, right? Um, but like they just made fun. Like I don't know, man. They would just make fun of everything, everybody, and they would poke fun at me. And oh, basically, I should have had harder, tougher skin, you know. But hell, when they found out that I went to Boy Scouts, they'd be like, "Oh, you're in Girl Scouts," like shit like that. And so I stopped going. And actually, I believe that kid that I'm talking about, it was tough for him to finish Boy Scouts because I quit. Because I was like, hell nah, you know. And I was like 75% of the way there, honestly. And hmm. and apparently, like his folks had told my parents that like uh, that young man was having trouble finishing himself because I wasn't there no more, which was interesting. But he finished, and now he's in the Air Force. So that's cool. That's a good story. He did his dang thing. But I remember my dad said, if you quit this, you're gonna quit everything for the rest of your life. You know, and I don't put blame on nobody. You know, any of my parents, bro. Like I have too many uh, good attributes due to my parents. My mother homeschooling me and teaching me phonics. Phonics. That's why, like, I was homeschooled, and when I went to middle school, my best friend, who I met in middle school as well, my best friend, my brother, the reason I came back to San Antonio, I stayed at his family's house with his mother before his younger brother, the Marine, came back, and then I was roommates with him. That's when I met the girl I'm with now. You know what's funny, man? It was my brother's birthday, man, and we were supposed to drink and chill. We even went downtown, went to this beer drive-through or whatever, got these special drinks, having a good time. He's celebrating his birthday, bro, with just me, and I'm like, hey, you know what, man? Like, I was like, the whole time I'm thinking about how I set up a date with a girl, and it's like, bro, you could have just told the female a different day. Or be like, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm celebrating my brother's birthday today. But I held it in. And I didn't tell him the whole time that I set up a date. And then I'm texting the girl the whole time. So I'm like, oh, man, I want to go in my head. So I tell my boy, hey, you know what? This girl, she's trying to go on a date and such. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to deny my brother, time with a woman. So he's like, go ahead. And that's, like, he was always so supportive, man. And he was like, oh. And that's so crazy, bruh. Because beforehand that, we worked together cleaning office buildings. And respect, bro, I think it helped me, like, cleaning my own house and shit. I think it was good to experience. And, but the girl I was dating before, she was a nurse, and she did her 4 years. And my dad even told me that. He's like, she did her time, she's reaping the benefits. And I could see, the fruits of her labor. He's like, she sacrificed 4 years, right? And you haven't done that sacrifice, And so I understood that. And I'm thinking I got to go to school. And in fact, that girl was influenceable because she was asking me if I was going to go to school or some shit like that. I think she was telling me like education's key. Practically, maybe not out front, but that was an influence. The Mr. Marine uh, coming home, or really visiting before he was coming home, finishing his contract. But he was over one time, and I told him, I'm thinking about going to school. I think I want to do mechanics. And he was like, oh, that's good, but what would be better? Because you get a little bit more knowledge and a little more pay would be plane mechanics. I was like, So I went straight, and I told my pops, and he said, you know what? I know all about that place. I've sent 2 or 3 guys there from my school because he teaches English as second language. And he was like, I've talked to them about it, and they say you should do it, Met another guy who's from Africa. He came here with absolutely nothing. I think he went to a refugee camp, if I'm not mistaken. And worked his way, and he was driving trucks. He had like 5 trucks of his own, and he had drivers, and he had dispatchers, and that was very influenceable to me. We went to go see him in Dallas. Also, that's where I met my cousin. Me and my cousin off the bat connected. I thought I was ecstatic to meet him, and he smoked as well. Come to find out later, he quit, which I think I ought to do. But anyway, so my cousin, I just feel like we were cool off the bat. First time meeting, he's a grown man, manager of a restaurant, but doing his dang thing, and he seemed cool, And he told me off the bat. We messaged on Instagram, and he's all in the conspiracy theories and stuff, like stuff that I would be in, Stuff that I would listen to if I was still on social media, whatever. Just, cool stuff, interesting facts, and also funny stuff. It was just cool, man. My cousin, man. I should go see him. I should call him, do Instagram, message him, do the podcast. Because he sent me a message on Instagram saying, we should do a podcast. Ain't that crazy? My cousin, this man, older than me, and he wants to do something like that? And I'm like, yeah, we should do it. Reminds me of Cecil Anderson. Put your illegal out there, my bad, homie. But my boy Cecil, he worked with my dad. And my dad had a CD of his that he gave him. Because, whatever, they worked together. Or I listened to the CD, and there's like 2 songs on there that are jamming. They really connect with me. I'm like, dang, man, Pops, that hit me. You think I could meet this person? He's like, no doubt. So I meet him. We get along. That's the first person that really genuinely outside of my family I had a Bible study with. He came to my dad's neighborhood, and we met at the park. But during that, I was lost. I was in between Houston still. Houston, San Antonio, to the degree where I'm driving back and forth every other weekend when I don't need to be at all, right? Anyway, I'm driving back and forth, driving back. And so my mom has this house with all the rooms. This is what I'm thinking about making a studio. I have the space literally in that moment to go back to Houston, have a studio, guest room, my room, all on the top floor. And I told him, like, you should come back with me, bro. Basically, I'm thinking that would help with rent, too. And he said, nah, I don't think so, because I talked with a brother who said that I should stay in, this town and do the dang thing. And I was like, respect. And then it made me think, like, dang, am I supposed to do that? So eventually, back and forth, and talking to my best friend, and I'm like, you know what? I think I should come back, bro. And he's like, yeah, you should. So I come back. Staying at the house. That's where I messed up. Pinpointed it. Because during the time I was listening to a man, Elliot Hulse, who said that the son leaves the mother. Right? And told this ancient story where she gives him a scarf. It's actually a piece of her scarf or something. So it's a cloth. And he takes it everywhere with him. And they take him away to fight in the army. He comes back, and his mother died, And I guess I confused the message, because looking back at an older perspective, I see, like, it's not unmanly to stay with your mama. especially if they're older and going through something physically, and I wanted to attribute to that. We're talking about influence as well. I didn't try to rehabilitate my mother because there's one friend that I said before I need to avoid, no disrespect, but he said, "Oh," I said, "I want to like stay with her and do the rehabilitation and have a program." And he was like, "Oh man, you don't need to do that. You need a professional. You need to pay somebody to do that." And contraire is true because it all resorts back to the money. If I were to have gone hard, if I were to have gone hard and done my damn thing, I could have paid for it. Could have paid for my mama to come stay with me. Could have, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. At least move her to a nursing home, which I didn't even think she was in a nursing home. I thought she was in rehabilitation the whole time. But that's on me. That's on me. Anyway, it all started then, bro. Because just always for like years on, a couple of years on straight, bro. Like I know a solid year and a half, just back and forth between Houston and San Antonio. And I had a Honda Civic, the spaceship. Man, I love that car. But it's like, bro, just head was in no direction, just literally spiraling, man. Just whirlwind. So many good jobs. Stayed in Conroe, but I loved the trees. It was beautiful, and it was expanding. But man, I like that place too, bruh. It's like if I just wasn't so concerned with, oh, my friends will forget about me. Then I come back here and look at it 5 years later, bro. You don't even speak to your family, your mom, your dad, your brothers, your friends, nobody. I cut everybody off. It's what I do, bruh. I don't know why. The people I love most, and I have the most supportive family, most supportive friends. I've done some dirty shit when I was a kid, and I live with that and bash myself and say, well, you're a piece of shit anyway, so what the fuck does it matter? That's been my mindset for years on end. And that's why I've done worse. Dropped out of school 3 times, dropped out of this, dropped out of that, quit every job that I had. So I feel when we were going in the mountains, there was like a lightning storm, and we saw, dark clouds, and it was close as shit. And then the leaders were like, you know what? We're like a little too close. We're like almost near the clouds a little bit, so we need to go down. And I remember giving that kid that I was friends with who went to the Air Force. We were both in Scouts and both went to the same middle school after Cub Scouts. Went to Boy Scouts. Then I'm like, hey, I'm going to your school, man. And my friends made fun of me. So I quit. And if you quit this, you're going to quit everything for the rest of your life. I think that stuck with me. No fault to him. But that kid from middle school, he dang we gave him the map when we were trying to find our way out of this storm. And we're up on this mountain, and practically it is dangerous because we're close as shit. And we're trying to find our way around it. And I knew the whole time, like, give me the map. I've always loved maps and finding my way, and I feel like I'm pretty good at it. And I kind of knew it, and maybe I said it, but I didn't push for it or anything like that, right? But I knew the whole time, I'm just looking and I'm saying, this guy's not getting it. I know how to do it, and I wouldn't proceed. And, it was time to step up, and I did. But I say that to say, like, when I was downtown with the map, I was looking on the bus map, and so it just tells routes practically, and so if I had used Google Maps, I'm pretty good at finding my way around and stuff. I enjoy that actually. So dang old reading the wrong map. But I say that to say I've always enjoyed maps and direction. I've always enjoyed, I think, it's geometry. You know, when it comes to shapes and filling stuff in spaces, because I feel like I have a very vivid imagination. So if you're trying to picture what it like, I work very well with pictures, and I think that's helped me with math as well. Because fractions was always a problem, particularly, but when you view it like with the squares and you just slice it up, and I'm just thinking of everything, just the world differently, you know, with math, because I've always avoided it. But I've known with everything I do, I have to go back to the basics. It's kind of like David Goggins in a sense when studying, and he say, I captured nothing from that chapter, nothing. Like read it again, read it again, read it again, read it again, and maybe stick to one page. Can't stick to one page, stick to one paragraph. Can't stick to one paragraph, stick to one sentence, and just repeat it. Write it in your journal in your own words. You know, you can also do that with the Stoics or the Bible as well. That's a form of copywriting, right? To where you know you're taking someone else's thoughts and able to enunciate it in your own vocabulary. But it's good. It's a skill. Apparently, I wouldn't know. I don't do anything productive yet, but I owe that to my mother, reading and understanding in a sense. You know, I just never pushed on it because I always avoided math. I never did work. I'd always brush it off, and my mom would just be like, "Oh, it's okay." To the point where I had like a stack literally that high, like huge, bruh, of just papers. And my dad walks in because all my dad did was work my whole life. Just work, work, work. You see him on the computer just working. 2 a.m. just working. And that's cool because that's how I want to be. But like oh, side note, I know I'm rambling, but I'm lately been thinking about my notes too because all I care about is journaling and push-ups and shit. And my whole life, I've seen my dad with notebooks and just all these words filling page, page, page. And that's how my journals have looked sometimes, particularly right now, just jam packed, all this mass information. You know, and that's always my problem is trying to grasp so much at one time when it's like the Lord be the light to my feet. Back in the old days, they used the lamp at night. You're only able to see a couple steps ahead. You're not seeing long distance like you would with a flashlight of today. So you have to trust, you know. You don't know what's coming up ahead. All you can see is your feet and the couple steps in front of you. And sometimes that's all it takes, like even with anxiety. But that's everything, bro. Because Bob Proctor today, he got a question. He said, I'm reading the Think and Grow Rich and I'm getting anxiety because of it. And Bob Proctor said, it's not making you anxious. You're making yourself anxious. Which makes me think of feelings when this guy said, how does that make you feel? Or he said, I love you. He's like, I don't feel like that. He's like, feelings aren't real. They're just your interpretation of something that you're seeing. And everything's perspective as well. It was just a flawed perspective. I've been at the bottom and been happy. I've been at the top and been sad. It was just a flawed perspective. And everything is gracious, humble, gratitude. If I were to, the one particular time I felt the utmost that it was right before I went to Hallmark College. That was a total faith-based series. That's the last time well, many a times, but I just don't have the ears to hear. But it's silent now because I hushed it out, piped it down with other influences. What, friends saying, oh, don't do that. Elliot Holst saying, don't do that. And yeah, my interpretation was wrong, but always moving off in someone else's direction. And that's why I've thought maybe I should join the military because I just want to be directed. And up to now, when I was been at rock bottom, I'm not there anymore. I'm just fucking getting out. Why? Because my mental, bro. The fortitude, resilient. Be resilient. Do not stop. Whoever's going through this, gonna go through this. I just didn't quit. Or going to go through this. That's me. I wrote in my journal a year ago. Enjoy this time right now because there's going to come a day where you work every day till the day you die. No days off. That time's coming. And for me, it's got to count. What? To work 60 years in the field and try to be dependent upon getting a social security check, which more than likely isn't going to happen. It could. Why? They could transfer the wealth into a different form of currency if the dollar ever fails. But who knows? It's always good to have backups, they say, right? Buy some coin, buy some stocks, buy some Bitcoin, buy anything to invest. But Mark Cuban says, write it off, give it away, and act like it ain't even there no more. Me, I'd rather go more long term. I'll make an investment and wait 2 or 3 years. But every time I made an investment, like 5 years ago, it was small stuff, like 100 here, 100 there, 100 here. That's how I was acting. But hell, it would have been something, right? And if I did play the game like I wanted to, and so I didn't make more money, I just stopped the cash flow, and then when I ran out of money, I take from my stocks, I take from the Bitcoin. I would just invest, and I did it multiple times throughout the years. Invest it just to take it back out. I just did that last year in like November, December. Invested something, and it was just like $5, literally. Something better than nothing. And I took that shit out. Got in with the way the money transfer goes. I lost on that shit. I got like 470 back, 480, something like that. So you lost some damn money on that shit. You lost. The fuck? This dog's been getting out. I need to move low. Come on, you good dog too. Hey, get the hell out of here, man. Stay. Gotta get active, baby. Look at this. This right here is Chloe. And she is a baby. You gonna get your way, baby? Or can I plan ahead and just make it more predictable? You guys are crazy. What the hell? These dogs are wild, man. I got used to the silence because this dog that we're watching be whining or barking all the time. Now both these little dogs just want to be together. I knew it. Oh my God, I stepped on shit, bruh. Oh, it's so crazy that you're witnessing this. Oh my God. Well, that's what I get, bro. What the hell was I doing? What the hell? This just ruined everything, bro. There's shit on the ground where I'm doing dishes. I wasn't even supposed to let these fucking animals in or something. Now, this is one of those times where I know I need to be doing something different. I'm bullshitting, fam. I gotta get the fuck out of this house, dude. These fucking hell, man. Fucking around, man. I was going for a good flow. I was in flow state. I cut my shit up. There's shit on the floor. Fuck. Who are you when things go wrong? You see, I knew better because I already have a rule predetermined by myself. The rule is, if you see boo-boo on the ground, you pick that shit up. You pick that shit up right motherfucking now. You do not wait. You see it, get the materials to clean that shit. Here. So, hey man, get out of here. Go do something. Fucking hell, mate. We do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. What the hell? Oh, Christmas ornament. Time to take the Christmas tree down. You must be fucking with the tree still. Alright, I guess I'm gonna put these animals back outside so I can clean the house. Go outside, baby. Go outside. This dog was tripping me out, man. But hell, I've kind of wanted to do something from the beginning where I just let him roam around. But at first I'd be concerned that he uses the restroom. I hate to be this way, but I think the fucking dog we have is over-sexualized. Those doggies out there, the big ones, they're all girls, but they all like hump her, or at least one. It's like all they do. And like, I think she's trying to hump like this male little dog. Like, whatever it is, I don't like it. So it's enough for me to, I don't know what they do specifically, I can't remember. But I know I don't like it. I'd rather not see that shit. And now this fucking little dog is in heat, or she's bleeding. So there's blood all over the floor, blood all over the couches, like, and I guess it's experience, right? Because I'm a so-called adult. I already knew prior, like, okay, this shit has got to be stopped. And we know it's like, what, fucking diapers or wrap the fucking couches, but, you know, the girl I'm with is perfectly fine with just fucking sitting on a couch that we know a dog is bleeding on. Like, what the fuck? That's on me. And I wouldn't have stepped in that shit if I had done what I originally said. The motherfucking clean the damn boo-boo when I seen it. Now I wouldn't have stepped in it on my favorite shoes. And I wouldn't have got it all over the damn kitchen floor when I'm supposed to be doing dishes instead. Fucking around with these damn animals. And really, if I had gone when I set the damn reminder, I would have brought them in already. And maybe I would have been focused on my dishes so I'd have those finished already. And fucking motherfucking be ready to leave the house because I got another reminder coming up around 12:30 to say to get the fuck out of the house. But you're spending too much damn time in this motherfucker, man. Unless you were to use the resource of the internet to apply to jobs and shit, or just search for your phone, take the time to clean the whole house like it's a motherfucking magazine, and every inch of everything, the bookcase, the couches, the floor, and the room, because my fucking phone has got to be here somewhere. Apparently I need that motherfucker, because I could call businesses back, but in reality, if I was really about it, I fucking hop out the door and either take the bus or walk my happy ass down to the fucking store that I'm pretty sure, because I'm like, oh, I don't know which location it is. Jack, I'm pretty sure you can fucking recognize, and so what? If it's a miss and a hit, so what? So you go to the store that you think it is, this location right up the street, and yeah, it would take like an hour or so to get there probably, but it's like, that's me. That's me anyway. A good 45 hours, because I like to take long ways sometimes. So what, 2 hours cardio? I'm technically telling myself I need to have 2 hours of cardio a day. So like, these dogs are little menaces. Fucking animals. They're good for companions. But it's like, what the hell? It's like, bro, this is not my house. If I want, I would have never had the dog sleep in our bed. Like, I never liked that. The girl's like, well, she get angry. She got angry when she got a bonus and I got a good check. We just finished all of our debts and our bills, and she wanted to go on a little shopping spree. And I was like, I want to keep going and saving and living frugal like we've been doing the past week. But she's like, I don't like feeling broke. And I'm like, well, we should live just like we were just living for a little bit longer. And she didn't like that. She got mad. I told her, I wouldn't get a dog, and she got mad. And I, at the end of the day, didn't really want to go to the damn house. I would have much rather gone to just like, I know you didn't like the location of the apartment. Could have gone to a different apartment complex, a nicer area or something. You know? She practically just chose that area because of me, because she knew my homeboys stay up the street. But then I wouldn't even really see them, which is all fucked up. The hell, man. I don't know, man. I ghost everybody, G. And I practically ghosted my mama. And look what happened. She died because of it. Oh no, Joshua, it's not your fault. Go back to do whatever the fuck you're doing, bro. You fucking sitting on your ass right now? Shut the fuck up. Pussy. I don't look up to nobody that don't walk more miles than me, that don't fucking do more push-ups than me. How many push-ups did you do today, boy? And then shut the fuck up. Don't tell me what the fuck is my fucking shit.
That's what everybody tends to do. Tell me, oh, it's not your fault. Like before I moved back from Houston, I was like, man, I feel like I gotta take care of my mom's. And my best friend was like, but you're like the baby of the family. I don't see why you have to do it though. See, but I think subconsciously I knew what to do. But you know, people that had good intention telling me, oh, you know, like you shouldn't be doing that. And I listen to that. My dad, everybody. My dad for career, anybody, you know, anybody, friends, going based off of what the hell they say. Even though some of it was good, you know. Think about Hallmark College and how I quit. And I was working with my best friend cleaning those buildings. And the girl I was with, I wanted to impress her and really get money like her. So I'm like, shit. I looked up how much, you know, airplane mechanics make. And even then, when I told her and her sister was there from out of town, her little sisters, she like Googled how much they make, and her reaction was like, "Oh, you're gonna get paid," you know, something like that. And that made me feel good at the time because I'm like, "Dang, man, I'm gonna make that money." And then coincidentally, I went with that girl to a wedding in Houston. This is after I just moved to San Antonio, so I was like, "Man, like legit, I'll go." Fucking made an embarrassment of myself because I wore these ridiculous socks and changed them last minute. Like, what the fuck? No preparation. Anyway, it was just weird. Showed up late as fuck because of me. And then when they had free beers, I paid for liquor. Like, I spent like $50 or $70 on liquor. Or maybe just 30. But whatever it was, I spent money on liquor. And I remember looking at the fucking shit and be like, damn. And I paid it because I was working. But it's like, bro, what the fuck? They had free beer, and you drink all this liquor to get an expensive fucking receipt. What the hell? Anyway, I met a dude who said, "Oh, I went to Hallmark College." We literally sat right next to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I went there. Hey, you know, when you finish, you know, look me up." I was like, "Oh, for sure, man." He says, "Good, good." That was another confirmation. My dad's student saying confirmation. Oh yeah, do it. Another of my dad's students saying, I did it. The guy, the African man with 5 trucks. And he took me out to his car in the trunk and he showed me the textbooks. He's like, look, I did aviation mechanics first. And then I went to get my CDL. My man's killing it. You know, at least if anything, you know, getting stuff done. That was an influence all by itself because I'm like, man, this guy, man, he came here with nothing. Anyway, all the signs were there to do the school. I remember I was sitting in the lobby and there was a statue in front of me. It looked pretty sick too, of an eagle, spread out pretty big too. And there was the verse. I don't know it entirely, but it goes, and he will give you the strength like the wing of eagles, or something like that. And I believe in terms of saying, fear not. When you get weary, he'll give you the strength or something like that. It's a good verse, actually. I should look it up. Hey, Google. I know she won't listen to me. She turned off. But, yeah, man. Well, I remember waiting in the lobby reading that verse, thinking, dang, that's encouraging. I think I should go to this school. And then, remember speaking with my mom about it too, because I was like, I don't know if I can afford it. I went to the financial aid and got everything taken care of, textbooks, and the amount of time that it took, which is really, it's like a 2-year program. They say it's a year and a half really, but you get your bachelor's degree, and I was like, well, this is probably the only way I'm going to get a bachelor's, and make some type of a name for myself. And, really my whole high school career, my mom wants me to do something so she can basically be proud of and say, hey, look, my boy's doing this, because I know in the beginning she really wanted to show me off too, like, look at my boy. I know, show pony, whatever. But that's what the girls do, man. That's why they want me, because I look good and fucking show them off to the family on holidays. I know that, shit. But I already knew from last girl, this girl, they, no disrespect, they have a vision. They want me a certain type of way. And they're trying to fit me in this box. Like, you're cute, but, this is what I need, no disrespect. They're not doing it in a disrespectful way, but I'm just saying. Like, I don't fit that box, and I try to fit that box, and they try to make it work, but I know I'm never going to fit that box. And I don't push on my own frame, building myself up, so, how are they going to listen to me? You got to have the resource. You got to have more money than your woman. You got to have a big house in your name. You got to have the cars in your name. Whatever, bro. Your own shit. And you have to be undeniable. If I had more money than everybody else, and it's not about the money for me, but it's like, why would I listen to you? How much money do you have? 100,000? Well, now I would listen to you, bro. We don't want the money to fucking say we have the money. I want the damn make sure my family's straight. That's what it's always been. But evidently, my actions speak the opposite. Because it's like, your family, your friends, you don't talk to nobody. Even my cousin, when my mom died, she called me on Christmas. It was late at night, but and she was like, man, Merry Christmas, dude. At the very end of it, she's like, make at least, the best of it. I know it's a bad timing, but, and she was like, yeah, man, calm down, or call more. She even sent me some text and hit me on Facebook. Never hit her back. My cousin that I met in Dallas, he said he wanted to do a podcast. Never did that. When I was working in Conroe as a machine operator, I wanted to interview men. And then right after I saw Big Crit do it. And I was like, oh, I think I should do this. If not for other humans, but for me. And the first person I would interview was my dad. And I feel like that'd also be a good memory. He can recount his life, give his lessons, his testimony, and say, last words are, do you have any words for the young men that maybe need direction? That's it. And I was like, oh, then I'll interview this guy who's supposed to be my mentor, offered to be my mentor. Then another guy that I met who offered to be my sponsor. Shit. I was like, I'll interview these guys. Shit. watch this though. Hey, come on. Go here. What's that? Come on. Chloe, come here. Chloe, get over here. Come on, let's go. Come on. Go inside. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck in. Go. Bro, what the hell is that? Come on. Come here. Chloe, come here. Come on. Get over here. Get over here. Come on. Come here. Now. Come on, baby. Get over here. Chloe. Come on. Come on, baby. Get over here. Go. Go, baby. Go. You understand? Go. Go outside. Go. Thank you, baby. Good doggy. Jesus Christ, hallelujah. Blessed be thy name. Yeah, I'm doing too much, man. Stepped on Dookie. Technically put on my calendar that I'm supposed to be fucking outside, at least going for a walk. if not getting the damn job. Fucking dogs screaming and shit. And then our dog will fucking jump the damn fence. Like, we have these fucking gates, but she just jumps over that damn shit. Try to go outside, they wash my damn shoes. Cause I'm like, I need more pressure. I connect the hose. That motherfucker's all frozen up inside, so nothing's coming out. And when it does, it's all slush. These dogs are annoying as shit, man. The owners ain't here, it's annoying as fuck. I was reading in this book yesterday, No Hero, about a Navy SEAL. And he was saying, like, the key is to not let emotions rule you during hard events. And you only get 5 minutes to bitch. You're allowed 5 minutes, and once that timer's done, it's time to complete the fucking mission and shut the fuck up. So every time you fuck up, don't bash yourself. Don't be imaginary too, saying everything's alright. But we change our vocabulary to things like, oh, I don't have to do this. I get to do this. Hey. Shh. Be quiet. Stop it. It's like this dog is over-sexualized. I hate this, that I have to speak on this, bro, this topic, but our dog and this fucking gutter cat, bro. And I love cats, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I would get picked on that shit for too as a grown-ass man in the last 5 years, because when I got my first apartment, a fucking cat came out of nowhere, and he was dope. He was a street cat, but he stayed with me. He would let me know when he needed to go to the bathroom, and he'd go outside, come back. So I didn't even need a litter box. And I just found him because I heard cats fighting outside, and I fucking let him inside, gave him a can of tuna that I got from a church, because the school I was going to, high school, the alternative school, had a church you could go to and get free groceries. So I was like, shit, I'll take it. So I'm not handling my money well. Had a can of tuna that I know I ain't going to eat at the time. If I had like free tuna now and I was on a budget, more than likely I'd try to make something out of it, damn it. I put some salt and pepper on that motherfucker or something. But I've never quite liked tuna fish sandwiches, shit like that. Whatever. So at the time, I gave him this damn tuna. He comes inside and he's chill. I smoked with him. He was real. During that time, I worked at Whataburger the first time. And I was like, bullshitting once again. Working at that Whataburger, I even saw a kid I knew in middle school and I knew in college, or not college, in high school too. He stayed in my neighborhood. And I always thought he was a respectable young man. And when I saw him there with a girl, he looked nice and, you know, good attire, business casual. And I remember he saw me and I even said, what's up? Because I was excited because I always thought he was a cool kid. And he saw me and he did, say what's good, but he kind of laughed a little, and, no disrespect, cool dude. But, he couldn't help but just like kind of laugh. I know he's thinking like, this guy's working here, And I don't want to assume, but, I'm sure he was doing something respectable.
How would one get past these dogs, man? Just gonna have to put up with it. All these dogs are overly sexual, bro. The big dogs hump my dog. My dog humps the little dog. And it's fucking retarded. This dog will jump over the fucking other one. Now I have to find out where our dog's getting out, because she fucking, if we go outside, she ends up in the front. I thought I blocked it, but there's another point of entry. You're like, what the fuck? It's all because of this street rat. I love cats, bro. My family hates them. But, you know, due to that first cat, and when I was still, I fucking left that apartment alone, bruh. Cause roommates left and I'm by myself. My dad and my sister stayed with me for a little bit, but what the hell was that type of help from them? No disrespect. They needed a place to live and shit momentarily. And then when they left, fucking by myself, and rather than just work harder or keep a job, you know, I was still in that mentality of quitting jobs and shit. I don't fucking know what. I needed more money at least, because I still, no matter what, handle my money for it. These fucking dogs, man. What's a nigga supposed to do? This dog won't shut the fuck up. Fucking dog we're watching won't shut the fuck up. This dog humps it, jumps over the fucking fence. So if I were to leave, wouldn't they just fucking be together anyway? If I put her outside with the fucking big dogs, they're gonna hump her. Plus, now I know she's has the ability to get the fuck out, and I don't know how. So I'd much rather keep her in here, but what the fuck? Where am I going to put her? Because I know she's just going to jump the fucking fence, more than likely, and get with that little dog, and then be in the roommate's area. She's about to do it right fucking now. And then what the fuck? What the hell? It's a fucking shit house. No. That came out. But, you know, it's a stir crazy house, you know. It's craziness. It's fucking mad. But this isn't my house, G. Cause what? I already knew moving into this situation. Because my girl kept getting promotions. She got the bonus. I had a good check finally. And she's like, wants to go on a little mini shopping spree. And I'm like, I'd much rather live frugal like we've been doing and just keep working. She was like, what the fuck? She said she wants to get an expensive ass dog. And that cost a car. I could have bought a vehicle. But it is on me. But it's just something, you know, the worth of a vehicle. I could have had a car. She bought a dog. And I said at the time, like, I wouldn't do it unless I had, like, my own house. Then she gets in a more expensive house than an apartment when she got a raise or some shit. And I, again, said, like, I wouldn't do that because I know the rule is, like, if you start making more money, you still live below your means. So she just upped all the bills, and I already practically wasn't taking care of shit, in and off of jobs and shit, doing the same shit I've been doing, just tying up loose ends, helping here, helping there, but for the majority, the girl taking care of rent and shit. Then, instead of having a car that just gets around, she goes to a car lot when it starts to break down, and I could have fixed it for $300, but her mom convinced her to go to a car lot, and they go straight to the fucking dealership, no less, and she gets a fucking car note. Now she's got extra bills. Well, then she crashes that shit, although it was due to me
stirring up some bullshit because I found out she was talking to niggas. And so I start talking to two of her friends, knowing nothing's gonna come of it. But I'm like, shit, you're talking to two people, I'm gonna talk to them. But I'm already reclusive, so who the fuck am I gonna talk to? And plus, I just did it to piss her off because, you know, one of them's pregnant, one of them a mom with three kids, and already is dating somebody who's quite serious. In fact, is in her profile picture. So it's like, you know, what the fuck would I expect, you know? And I was drunk as shit. That's like one of the last times that I got like super drunk by myself, at least, you know? And that time that I got drunk as well, I believe, was right after I voted or something like that, or at least in that period of time, because the last two times that I got cases of beer, I wasn't supposed to. Knowing that now, I know I wasn't supposed to, you know? Good things were happening around me, but then I diverted. And I already knew, because I was working on a work schedule. I said, you do the activities that you're doing. You're out and about, talking to your people, your dad, getting stuff done. Okay, on the way home, I'm like, go grab a Monster and a Rice Krispie. That was my thing when I was working and shit. And I was like, hit your damn squats or your push-ups before you go to work, because you're gonna make you feel better. Fucking dogs, man. Chloe, what's going on, man? What's happening? This might as well be open gates everywhere, so you can come and go as you please. Hopefully, you don't shit on the floor. Yo, what the fuck, man? Chloe, I'm going. You understand? Hey, do you understand me? Stop it. Stop. I will put you in a kennel. I'll put you in a kennel. Do you want to go? Do you? Look at these good dogs. They can see the boxes. All that just to say, this is not my fucking house, dude. I would not fucking allow this damn... I never wanted the dog in the first place. $3,000 damn dog. And then, like, no disrespect, I love the dog. Beautiful dog. Then, go. Never been in a cage before, huh, nigga? Get your ass inside. You like these big doggies so much, you can be just like them. Look at them. Look. You're just like them now. That's right, baby. Now you stay your ass there. See what that's like. Now let's let this fucking... Oh, this is a beautiful doggy. I like dogs like this. They're nice. But see, now this dog's corrupting that dog. Try to hump now, baby. And you see, a disciplined man will just not listen to the whining. Or a really good man will just get the fuck out of the house and go get a job. It's great, though, you're cleaning the house, but we need a job. Okay, so do literally 100 applications, clean the house, find your phone, so you can make calls, because in this day and age especially, you do not have to literally go out there. It's the coldest day of the year. There's snow on the ground. It's starting to dry up. But if you were relentless and break it up and motherfucking... if I did 100 personal applications, if I made a new resume, because right now I barely have any information on it, it's piss poor resume. So if I made a better resume, applied to 100 jobs, I guarantee something will come out of it. And then if you can have the discipline to stop smoking, because I was telling myself this morning, like, that's a habit that I formed when I was in high school, you know, waking and baking. But it's like, hell, bro, we got to motherfucking operate without it, because is it worth the cost of your damn career or anything? Hell, even if I were to damn little street rat. So this cat motherfucking influenced this dog. I feel like I said it at the time, and the girl was like, "Oh no, she just thinks that that's her mama." This cat is fucking sucking on this dog's nipples, and I'm thinking, no, this cat is making this dog aware that it has fucking nipples and shit. So like late in the night, you wake up and this cat is just sucking on her fucking nipples, bro. And I'm like, something's wrong with that. And at first the girl was like, no, she just thinks that that's her mama. And I'm like, no, this fucking cat is corrupting her. And as a matter of fact, this little cat was like a little piece of shit. Like, I grown to like her. She's not sucking on her nips so damn much. Or I haven't seen it. But like, bro, I knew that shit was fucking weird, bro. I told the girl, she don't listen. So I feel like that cat corrupted this fucking dog, bro. She like lets these fucking other female dogs hump her. She's fucking humping the male dog. Like, it's all weird, Dougie. And that's what made me feel too, like, bruh, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, I know other humans would say small fucking shit, but bruh. That type of shit is always registered with me. Humans always tell me, like, you're taking it too far. Halloween, let the kids have fun. Vocabulary. Females call each other bitch all the time. But then they'll call them slut and shit, and that's a good time. But when the tone changes and they say you slut, they fight. Or if they call them a bitch with a different tone, or if a man were to call her a bitch, that's a big problem. I've always took vocabulary very serious, and sometimes people would say stuff to me, and like, I hate you, or whatever terms they say, and I'd be like, bruh, I take offense to that. And they'd be like, oh, I'm just joking. Like, nah, don't play that. It's just how I've always been. And to be honest, it's kind of worked for me for the most part when I actually listen. Anyway, what's your intention, brother? Right? Because I think that's why I've kind of failed too. Like, man, these are going to be some crazy articles, but no offense to the lady, but it's like, I don't think I've truly been happy. Oh, it's so fucked up, bro. But that's where being a nice guy gets you, G. Like, you think, and the Marine, my good friend told me when I stayed with him, he's like, yeah, but you're lying. Basically, practically, he's like, you're lying, though. Like, because what would happen ever since high school is I break up, I know it's not going to work within a few months. I tell the girl I don't want to be with her. She says, no, please don't do it. And I'm like, oh shit. I feel bad now. She's crying or you're sad. And I'm like, okay. And I fucking go with it. It's like, what the hell? The girlfriend I had, full disclosure now, fuck it. We're all out in the open. Sorry, everybody. But the girl I had before this one, like, she left me, bro, because she knew I was full of shit. She told me, you quit school before you even started. Because I saw the math and I was like, whoa, I was lost to shit. But it was like, and everybody else was on it, like, immediately. It's like, okay, you already know how you are, B. You just need to motherfucking simplify it and start all the way back at the bottom. 5th grade if you have to. And so I was like, oh shit, can't do this. Dropped out. But even when I told myself I'm sitting in the class thinking I'm not coming back to this. But I couldn't help but think one day I'm going to return and I'm going to do this. And I was still in the classroom and I was saying, I'm going to come back. Just a thought, maybe. And really now, honestly, a kind of plan that I have is that I fulfill the last words to my mama. My mama, she was cool with me doing whatever. She was always supportive, but I was always so back and forth. Oh, I want to do CDL, join the military. Oh, I'm going to be an electrician. Everything was just so back and forth. And I know she would have supported anything and everything. She was cool with it all, for the most part. Besides the outrageous stuff, like me saying I'm going to be a fitness coach and be a security guard for celebrities and stuff. Maybe I shouldn't have told her that type of stuff, but ambitious. It's like, I'm going to be world champion of kickboxing. No, you're not. Wrong. That's all it is, bro. It's just saying you're going to do something and doing it. Conor McGregor. I said I'm going to do something and I do it. That's it. That's it. And you build more confidence in yourself by doing the small stuff. I'm going to work out every day. I'm not going to eat bad food. I'm not going to watch explicit imagery. I'm going to wake up at this time. Simple stuff like that, that adds up. It's many habits done every day that add up. Just do it every day. Read for 30 minutes, but do it every day. You know, then split it into weekly. Okay, once a week, we hit the gym. Once a week, we go on a 3-mile hike. But then do it every single day. Or every single week, you know what I'm saying? On that day. Have parameters and stick to it for a certain time. Like the thing that I've learned, if anything, observing the past year, is that, okay, we plan 6 days ahead. It's what it's supposed to be. What I tend to do, I feel like a lot, is like just keep on planning. Plan my day, then plan the next day, and the next week, and the next month, and then not even obtain what I was supposed to do today. Thinking too far ahead. I can only handle today and maybe what's coming up, but really just what am I doing now? What am I doing next? These damn dogs, family. Barking, barking, barking. Can't make content. I'm not supposed to be home. I just stepped on a piece of shit. Dishes are done. I could still do the litter, take out the trash, and then I'm finished with my chores. You know, did a little extra cleaning the floors. I already told myself yesterday I wanted to vacuum the floor. So I was like, I got some more I could do, man. But it's 111 family. 111 family. I'm supposed to track what I did at 11:11, which really was content. 11:30, which I guess apparently was 12 p.m. Dishes, floor, Hour on, hour off. Hour on, hour off. Hour on, hour off. So the key would be chores, cleaning, exercise. That's all I care about. Chores and exercise and journaling. Such small shit, bro. Work, 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 work. Little bit of progress. Work, 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 work. Little bit of progress. Work, 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 work. Little bit of progress. Work, 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 work. It's not an overnight success. It's a fucking 13-year. You know, the real ones put into 15 years. Your 10,000 hours, however long that is. Into what? Your craft, skill. You want to learn Spanish. You want to learn the piano. What? If you just did 30 minutes, and I've seen the math before. You do 30 minutes, how many years does it take to hit that 10,000? Like, I believe like 3 to 5 years or something like that, maybe 8 years. But it's like do more, hour or more, then boom, boom. But it's like, what are you doing rather than whatever you're trying to accomplish? Learn a language, get proficient in a skill or a subject matter, get better at math, learn piano, fucking something. Because you got to expand your mind, right? Or perhaps use the neurons and learn. I've been out of school for a minute. And over 7-8 years. And like now I'm trying to start rev up this engine where I'm just learning. I mean, I've been learning, I've been taking notes. Now I want to do it to subject matters that matter and use it application in the real world, whether it be mechanics or Spanish or math, electricity, carpentry. I want to learn and then apply it. And that's why AI is cool, but then when it comes down to it, you gotta, hop out it. That's why I was using AI a lot since October when I discovered it. But for the most part, I pretty much digested it because there was days like the days that I'm here by myself like this. It's been years, brother. Even when I lived with my dad rent free on his couch, I'm just filling up journals. Fucking same shit. Or at least trying to maintain that for the most part. That's my thing. This was last year. This was in the apartment. You dig? Just filling journals. That's the only thing I know for the last 2 years. The question was, what have you done? What are you able to say you've done for the last 2 years? And that's it. Call it what you will, but the only thing I've maintained or seem to maintain or may have missed some days but still hop back on regardless, push-ups and journaling. Don't know why. Do not know why. Especially last year when I was in the apartment, I'm taking notes of why the heck am I doing so many push-ups? Why the heck am I doing this? I don't want to do this, matter of fact. But I think it's because like you set out to do that, right? And maybe it's because I didn't know when it would end. But it's like when I start trying to make a schedule on a weekly basis, then it comes down to practically trying to use that time better. And apparently it will work on a long enough time frame. But the thing is like you're putting other people at risk because you're dealing with their capital. Your mom, your dad, your girl, living off of them to a degree. I'm producing like 15%, 20%. You know what I'm saying? With my capacity, I already know, like in high school, my grades were all 70, barely passing, barely. And that's my capability. The very minimum is 70%. But I'm really operating more at like a 15, not even 20, and really, if anything, 10, if anything lower than that, 2%, literally like what the computer's at right now. Like I'm not operating at full capacity, let alone trying to push that capacity to do better. When I started doing these push-ups, heard something that said, is all you can do all you can do? Let's say that I told you to drop down and give me push-ups right now, as many as you can. And let's say that you haven't done push-ups in a while. So the most amount of push-ups that you can do are 10. Well, is that all you can do? What if you wait 5 minutes and then ask you to give me 10 more? And then that's where I kind of got this mentality of numbers don't lie. If I say I'm going to hit 100 push-ups, and when I started this, it was about 2, 3 years ago. I was only doing. I started out 10 a day. I want to do 10 a day. Then I was like, after a while, I want to do 10 in the morning, 10 at night. Then it got me thinking, I wonder how many it would take to do 100 in a week. And slowly but surely over time, because I didn't want to rush myself too much, because when I started exercising at all, when I stayed in Conroe with my mother, with the top floor all to myself, with 3 bedrooms, started running, and I pushed myself too much, so I injured myself. Uh, and with that injury, even with the David Goggins mentality, I knew like you should still go, even if you just walk or just run it and don't be a bitch. But my sister went because I influenced her to train for it, and she followed through. But yeah, that overworking it. So I try not to go too crazy too fast, but you know, I can't recall right now the timeline, but it came to a time where I'm like, okay, I want 100 in a week. And then only up from there, man. Like the last 2 or 3 years, just thinking I want 500 in a week, 1,000 in a week. That's how I was gauging it. And I remember my friend asked me, how many push-ups do you do? And I'm like, I didn't want to tell him how many I did a day. I was like, oh, I do 1,000 a week. And everyone was quiet. And I remember thinking like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Or like, I was like, damn, is that like, maybe it sounds like I'm doing something, but I'm not. But, and now I can say confidently that last year, for the most part, I was hitting 300 a day, 400 a day near the end. I was like strictly foes. Um, I'm pretty sure like 3 years ago. Well, I actually have it marked from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 2023, 2023, 2 years ago now. 2 years ago, I was hitting like 100 a day, 50 a day, 100 a day, but I wanted to hit more like 300, something or 200, something like that. But and that's how I leveled up progressively over the past 3, 4 years now, I guess, going from 10 a day to 20 a day to 50 a day to 100 a day to 200 a day, 300 a day. Um, and I think subconsciously, through the years, really building up. I would say that I started officially 2021, really. So, main goal trying to get 100. And then 2022, probably trying to get 200 a day. Mentally, even if I didn't hit it, I'm thinking this is where I should be. Same way I'm thinking during that time I need to wake up at 5. Same way that I've been thinking recently I need to wake up at 4:30. Like time just get pushing back, but I'm not hitting that wake up time. But I've always had a mental wake up time in my mind, just never hit it ever. Um, Not yet. And so just over time, just trying to gradually hit those numbers up so I don't damage myself to a degree. I remember last year when I did, and here we are a year later, a little more. Um, I was doing high volume push ups, and maybe I accelerated too much because that was during the time where I was saying like, what the fuck am I doing? Why are you hitting such high? I was trying to hit like 5, but I think I was more used to like 2 or 3. But I knew that I was supposed to be, and I was just so back and forth, didn't know how many I was trying to hit. Really wanted to hit 500 or 1,000. That's all. That was really my goal for last year. So, but I was only hitting like 300, 400 consistently every day. But during this time where I was trying to pressure myself a little bit, hitting high volume, 500 more like, stronger, not really consistent because piss poor, half-ass attitude used to have up to this point. But because that's the definition of a loser. It says that he wants to do something and it doesn't, no matter what it is. Lose weight, make X amount of dollars, and to me that comes down to if you sign an agreement, or shake hands, or give verbal saying I will do this, that's it. Okay, I'll pay this rent, I'll fucking come up with this money, which alone, and that's the main thing in life. But it comes down to everything. Because 2019, when I went crazy, because everyone's full of shit, I'm like, everyone's a liar. So I was like, I decided to be a liar. Where I was like, well, I'm already a piece of shit. They're already liars. So what the hell do I have to prove, practically? And so I just kept spiraling deeper and deeper. And that's when I created that negative self-talk. Because people say, oh, I don't support everybody, and no disrespect to anybody, but even my mama, saying she doesn't agree with Amazon because they sell stuff that goes against Christ, or they had vulgar language. She was an older white lady, but still, I've been saying she's not going to shop at Walmart or this place or go buy this anymore. And I remember when she was telling me that, it's just a life lesson, nothing on the people, but just a life lesson. I'm like, dang, you're naming some big names. And you're only coincidentally finding out that their values don't match yours. Makes me think that, ask the question, what if this popular brand or namesake did the same thing? And you say, well, then I would have to not be with them anymore or affiliate with them. Okay. Well, then that to me means you have to research every single place that you shop. And if you research every single place, it kind of turns out that everybody doesn't really follow your moral or your compass that you say you agree with. But then it gets to a point where it's practically all around, even on the entertainment, because for my mama, it was the stores. And I'm like, well, what if you found out this about that? Well, I guess I'd have to quit it. But you're just hoping upon chance that you'll find out that that's how it is, Therefore, if you were to report and find out, do they believe in what the heck you believe or you say are your guidelines? And that's the conversation that I had around 2019 that broke me with my dad, my sister, and her boyfriend at the time, who's now a husband. They have a baby girl now. But, and I always knew my sister, she deserved the best, by the way. She was a cook, clean, she did everything, she listened. You know what I'm saying? She worked around the house and also was creative. Best cook around I know. Season anything to make you like it. I used to hate vegetables. Bam! Like, best cook ever. Anyway, she's just dope, creative, artistic, learned piano, reading notes. Like, off the composer paper or whatever, right? She taught herself just off of looking. However she learned, she was just able to see it and do it, replicate it. And she did that with Spanish when she was helping my dad a few years ago. She learned Spanish, and they're teaching English, right? And she learned it and speaks it pretty good, is able to, speak with people. I think she learned French before that, like in high school. And she fulfilled her dream and went to France.
And I wish the best for her because she deserved it, right? I always looked up to her. She always told me she looked up to me, but I was always the black sheep of the family. She's like, oh, I like that you just do what you want to do. And I'm like, that's crazy, bro, because a lot of stuff I do is really rebellious, but I still want to please everybody. I don't know. I went through a rebellious phase in high school. Whatever. Trying to get back on track. But everyone's a liar. I mean, just think about it. We gotta break down everything, bro. Do people do their New Year's resolutions even? Look up what the percentages of people that follow through with it. Look up the people that know they should be saving more, investing their dollars, and still are living paycheck to paycheck. Or anything. Take me, who says he needs to get a job, never does it. You know there's a problem there. Who says you're going to lose 100 pounds or 60 pounds or 30 or 10 or 3 and you don't do it. Ultimately, it just makes you a liar. And subconsciously, or everybody just draws a line, and when you cross it, they don't say no. Because I guess practically, if you keep telling somebody and they don't take your advice or they don't do it, then you have to leave it and drop it. Let them go. Get them out of your vicinity. Because we win. We don't get sick around here. We don't miss around here. We hit impossible numbers. You think if I were to tell a human, I do 1,000 push-ups in at one time, let alone that doesn't even matter to me coming back to push-ups because it's like, bro, numbers don't lie. Chip a little bit at a time. Read a book. You're going to do it in 30 days. You need to read 9 pages a day. You're going to write a book. Just give me 1 to 3 pages a day, but do it every day. You know, you can't just hit the gym one time or 1 week and get the results that you require. Hit it a little bit every day. You know, don't just go to the gym for 3 hours. Go for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, and just go every day. Read for 30 minutes and just do it every day. Put $100 into savings and just do it every paycheck. It's 1:30 and I've been talking for an hour, 45 minutes, but I feel like still keep on going. But I feel like I'm also procrastinating. You know, I got stuff to do, family. If not, get a job, clean the house, you know? But you know, in Limitless, the first thing he did when he was on that drug, he cleaned his damn house. What am I supposed to do? You know, it's the little things, bro. Like when I lived with my dad, I'm sleeping on the couch. The motherfucker was uncomfortable, but I had no job. It was like, bruh, you could just get like work hard and just buy a fancy bed because he wanted a modern bed. It's like just get a fancy bed that's also a deal. Like you know you can do it. I even looked it up, the prices. Like you can't just go work at Subway or the corner store and fucking like make that shit happen. Same here. I've known subconsciously, maybe thinking that I ought to do it. Like we live with like clothes everywhere, either on the floor or on the bed. And that's how it's been for like a little over 2 years, even at the apartments. And like, just buy me, get a job, and it's so little to get this stuff, right? Like it doesn't even cost a lot. I'm fucking Get a bookcase for your books because you like to read. Apparently, get a fucking another drawer so she can put her makeup in. Get a fucking clothes cabinet so you can fucking have double the space because you only have space for one. And then when I was at the apartment, I'm using the excuses of, oh well, she fucking has so many clothes. And even now, I bitched a little bit about that to myself when we moved into this room because I used to have this closet to myself. Nothing was in this room, no bed. Practically, Jasper, the cat, just slept here all day. The room of solace. Now it's the room of victory. But we practically would just come in this room to be alone. And now, since having the roommate, we moved our bed from in there to in here, the only room with doors practically. So this closet, the only space that I have is, well, I got the top shelf for my shoes. She appointed it. And I got my clothes on the hanger, but I got about this much. She got about that much. And she got more. All these drawers in this wooden cabinet is mostly hers. Even the one drawer that I tried to make for myself, she got some clothes in there. That must be a whole thing. Kitty cat. Kitty cat. Kitty cat. What is your deal? Everyone just wants to cry today. You gonna go? What? Open door policy is in here or what? But hell, what are you gonna do, partner? But this has been me, man. I just been damn here. The apartment, especially. Like, what are you doing, man? I could have at least just been doing this. Fucking cleaning. But I read a quote that I read yesterday that was if I was homeless and I was staying with somebody, like you guarantee you would not just see me lounging around. I would be actively in the newspaper looking for a job. You know, I'd be cleaning. You know, you would know without a doubt, oh, he's not going to be without a job for a very long time. And regardless, if I didn't have a job, you know, if I'm at home, I'm not just sitting around watching TV. I'm going to be cleaning the whole house. I'm going to be doing something for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're giving me a place to stay. So at the very least, you know, I'm going to clean the house for you. And yeah, I do my little shit, but like I said before, the little shit that I'm trying to do, it's chores and it's functions the house, but it's like it could really be done in 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Or just a little bit over time. Still got more to do, but I'm gonna end this message. Unfortunately from you, I'm not editing yet. I heard somebody. This is my life, man. Just living indoors. It's like, even when I stayed with my dad, at least I would just damn walk. It was required. During that time, I was like, I'm trying to get 10,000 steps a day. You know, so 3 years ago, when I was staying with my pops on his couch, didn't go to work. Watch him go and run his school, keep it alive. He's over here worrying about keeping the lights on, and I'm over here eating the last shit in his fridge. And I'm still listening to a J. Cole song that's saying it's like somebody letting somebody sleep on your couch and they eat up all your groceries. I'm like, bro, that's me. How do you listen to a song like that, literally know that's you, and not make no move? Because I'm like, oh, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, and all I got is Subway and Valero and Burger King up the road. Like, all you have to do is wake up early, which I knew even then, subconsciously, or really, I say I oughta. I say the bus stop is like right here on the street, right? Like it takes you 5 minutes to like walk out there, and I'm like, oh, but I don't like leaving at 9 a.m. or after 10 a.m. or 12 p.m. because I don't want the people in the front office to see me walking because they personally know my dad, and I don't want them to see me walking and we're in a nice neighborhood. And it's like, okay, even if they did see you, if they saw me leave, it would be without a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Or to go for these stupid walks. Because that's all I cared about then. All I cared about 3 years ago was going for a walk, getting X amount of steps in, or doing my push-ups. That's all I cared about. So I'm like, well, I'm not trying to leave anyway because, I had no objective. And really that's what it was. And, different time, I'm waiting on my dad or somebody and I'm just walking around. It was at his office, I think. So I walked to the Walmart and I'm like, it's crazy because I'm just walking around. I have no car. I'm waiting on my dad to get off of work because I'm trying to catch a ride with him and it's cold. So to get out of the cold and not be at my dad's office, I'm going to go to Walmart and I'm just walking around to stay out of the cold. I'm like, well, regardless, I'll just get some steps in. So I walk behind the Walmart. I walk, in the Walmart, but just go on the out borderline of it. And I see families and I see guys that obviously just got out of work and they're just buying necessities for their family, buying clothes or whatever. And I'm like, that's what it is. That's what it's about. You go to work so that you can keep everything running and at least have a function or something to do, because regardless, I'm like, look at you. What are you doing? You're just walking to kill time. Like you're using energy. Back then I'm walking, crazy lengths. Walking like 6 hours on this back trail from my dad's to back to the north side of town. Like I'm using energy. Walking like 6 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour and a minimum type shit. But it's like having no purpose. But I did know one thing: I'm gonna hit these steps, or I'm gonna hit these push-ups. Be it immature or low tier, low level. But at least it's all I had. At least, but we don't want at least. It's I want. I want to be responsible. I want to take care of bills. I want to go to work every day. I want to get that paycheck at the end of the week and be proud of myself for doing an honest, hard day's work. You know, I was always against like 9 to 5 because I'm like, oh, everybody just lives for the weekend and all that. And it's like you have to be the system to beat, to override it, you have to become the system. So now I'm looking to get Monday through Friday, or at least just, my 5 days in, at very minimum, when it really should be 6, to work my 8 hours a day, minimum, when it should be 12, at least for a limited amount of time, to get your books right, live below your means, leverage your time. 9 to 5 is for income, and 5 to 9 is for your passion. Can you be committed to do that every day? For 3 years straight, 5 years straight, barely get traction, to 8 years straight, 10 years straight, 15 years. Now, overnight success, 15 years. To do it consistently every single day, or 3 times a week, whatever it is for you, or 1 time a week for the major projects, whatever it is. You get your 10,000 hours, numbers don't lie, it's all going to add up in the end. And that's what I learned from doing push-ups. Numbers don't lie. Like I heard it said, don't do what you can do. Do what you cannot do. Do the impossible. I know people that do the impossible every day. That's the type of environment you want to be around. That's the type of people you want to be around. That no matter what stands in my way, I'll get it done. Things don't go my way, that exposes who you are in your development stage. How do you react when things do not go your way? And when you're living in a gracious gratitude, the last time I felt the Spirit was right before Hallmark College, right before this great opportunity. And I was in the same position that I usually was, saying, where do I go? What do I do? But instead, I gave glory to God, and I was filled with this thing. It came out of me, the light, I felt it, the joy, I felt it. To the point of tears, where I'm just looking around and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so grateful. Like, thank you, Lord. And during the experience, I'm like, man, I hope I'm not just saying this just to say it, because it sounds a little ridiculous that I'm grateful for every little thing. I'm like, oh, thank you for this car. This day is so beautiful outside. And it was just an outrageous feeling. I don't know how to explain it, bro. I was just so genuinely grateful for everything. I'm like, thank you. Oh my God, I have this car. You're so good to me. My family supports me, and I have friends that have my back. I was just super, the inertia, so to the point of tears. I'm like, oh my goodness. Then the blessings come. Then I self-sabotage. But I heard within the last 2 years that gratitude is the key. Because there's somebody who's on the other side of the world whose family just got bombed, their whole family died, now they're all on their own, and they're your age, and they would do anything to be in your shoes. Your problems would be so small to them. So your perspective, again, is just flawed. Nothing is good or bad, per se. Even death, if you are a Christian and you believe in Christ, is the next part of the chapter. What? You celebrate birthdays every year, and then you get old and die, and the funeral's sad? Why wouldn't you be happy? You're celebrating every year you take to get there. Woo! I love myself, baby. Let's do this, son. Shine the light bright. Oh, be grateful for life, and that's it. And then work your hardest to show and prove as if unto the Lord. Show your worthiness. Gratitude is action. Get things done. Show results.